This is Decoded, AI for Everyone, the podcast that makes sense of artificial intelligence, not just in your pocket, but in your world.
Because you watched, suggested reply. Top recommended option.
Optimized route selected. Here's a summary.
People also bought.
How many of your decisions today were fully yours? This is Decoded, AI for Everyone. I'm Joel Leslie. And today we're talking about something most of us barely notice. Not automation, not job loss, but substitution. When AI doesn't just assist your judgment, but quietly starts shaping it. Judgment used to be messy. You gathered information, compared options, sat with uncertainty, accepted responsibility. It took time, it required effort, and it wasn't always comfortable. Today, many of those micro decisions arrive pre-shaped. The fastest route, the highest rated product, the suggested email response, the summary of a long article you didn't read. Nothing is forced, but the frame is set, and frames influence choices. We now live in an age of co-thinking. AI suggests words as you type, finishes your sentences, curates your news, chooses your playlists, optimizes your calendar, recommends investments. You remain in control, but you are no longer thinking alone. And over time, something subtle shifts. When suggestions are consistently accurate, we stop questioning them. When defaults work well, we stop overriding them. Judgment doesn't disappear. It becomes lighter, less exercised, less deliberate. There's a difference between using AI to inform judgment and using AI to substitute judgment. The line isn't dramatic. It moves slowly. Navigation apps are a good example. Most of us no longer compare routes. We follow the fastest one. Music recommendations. We explore less. We accept the algorithmic flow. Shopping. We scroll what's surfaced. We don't scan the whole field. Each of these choices is small, but judgment works like a muscle. If you don't use it, it doesn't vanish overnight. It simply softens. Now let's widen the lens. There are companies today building AI systems that don't just recommend, they decide. For example, Anduril develops autonomous defense technologies, systems designed to operate with significant independence in high-stakes environments. This isn't your email suggestion tool, but the principle underneath is similar. An algorithm assesses inputs, prioritizes signals, recommends or initiates action. At everyday scale, that means choosing a route. At national scale, it can mean something far more consequential. The question isn't whether these systems are advanced. They are. The question is, where does human judgment sit once the system becomes faster, more data-rich, and more consistent than we are? Because once we trust the output, we tend to trust it again. Back in Season 1, we talked about decision hygiene, slowing down, checking assumptions, understanding model limits. Those guardrails still matter. But now, in 2026, decision hygiene means something more subtle. It means noticing when a decision was pre-framed. It means asking, what wasn't shown? What alternative wasn't surfaced? What assumptions shaped this recommendation? Because the greatest influence often isn't the final answer. It's the menu you were given. There's nothing inherently wrong with AI improving average outcomes. In many cases, recommendation systems outperform individuals. They reduce cognitive load, they improve efficiency, they surface useful patterns. From a purely outcome-driven perspective, that's good. But ethics isn't only about outcomes. There's also responsibility. Do we have a duty to exercise judgment, especially when stakes are high? And beyond duty, there's character. What kind of decision maker are we becoming? Are we cultivating discernment or defaulting to fluency? Substitution doesn't feel dramatic. It feels convenient. And convenience is persuasive. So what does this mean for you? 5 small habits. First, notice defaults. Second, occasionally override a recommendation, even just to compare. Third, for important decisions, write down your criteria before seeing AI suggestions. Fourth, ask what information may be missing. And fifth, separate convenience from conviction. AI can assist judgment. It can even improve it. But if we stop practicing judgment ourselves, we may not notice when it quietly fades. We are not at risk of losing judgment overnight, but we are at risk of outsourcing it gradually. AI is an extraordinary co-thinker. The question is whether we remain the final one. In our next episode, we revisit cognitive offloading. Memory, attention, intuition, and taste. Not as a productivity hack, but as a long-term shift in how we remember, focus, and understand. For resources, tools, and comprehensive AI comparisons, visit promptengineeringcookbook.com. This is Decoded, AI for everyone. I'm Joel Leslie. Stay aware, stay intentional, and stay human. Thanks for listening.